Crypto things change really fast, so you cannot be snobbish, you cannot talk down on people, because one day if you talk down on someone, they can be your boss. I really like this feeling that people just help each other. You can pretty much just reach out to anyone and they will help you out in crypto. It's more likely so than in traditional finance.
Doge or Shiba? Neither.
No, I would say Doge.
Doge.
Yeah.
Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Oh,
Neither.
Welcome to Crypto G. We're here with Aleksander, the general manager of
Coinchange, Eurochain for Europe, Middle East, Africa, for EMEA region.
but also the CEO of Remittance.
Exactly.
Alexander, before we dig into talk about the company you're working with, let's talk about you. How long ago you been involved with crypto?
Well, I actually came into crypto from traditional finance, and frankly, the reason why I did that is that there's more of a sense of community and helping each other in crypto. You know, it's because I would say that in crypto things change really fast, so you cannot be snobbish, you cannot talk down on people, because one day if you talk down on someone, they can be your boss like the next day.
That's
You know?
true. It happened a lot.
Yeah, so I really like this feeling that people just help each other. You can pretty much just reach out to anyone and they will help you out in crypto. It's more likely so than in traditional finance. So later I just later from traditional finance I pretty much switched into crypto, where in the initial idea was to offer earn to a retail segment of US. Of course, the regulation kicked in. And as this happened, we actually had to proactively stop offering earn to retail in US. Right now it's impossible because of SEC stats. I hope it will change, but not for now. But nonetheless, this is how also our OTC desk emerged, because we realized that a lot of retail users just starting, using us just for OTC, so like just for exchange. And we onboarded with a bunch of liquidity providers, pretty much hired professional guys to run our OTC desk. And it's been going well because thanks to those legal opinions, we can service 33 out of 50 states in the US, or so we can actually onboard clients in some US states. You cannot do it on a federal level. You have to apply in each state separately. But it kind of, those efforts on the legal front didn't go without any outcome. At least we got our differentiator on the OTC desk. And later, we actually got the technology for our prepaid card business, and it came about in a frame of circumstances. We didn't proactively look, but it just happened that we acquired this company. And when that happened, we decided to improve the product because it was Canadian fee at that time. But afterwards, we actually opened up entity in the US, and we now can operate to more countries, more users, and tackle some of the cases. Like most of all is remittance, as you can tell from the name, X-Remit. And we tackle a lot of challenges because it's a good alternative for some remittance solutions there is in the market, because for end users you have no fees and card is issued instantly. And also we empower some of the people, let's say in Africa, because in Africa not many people have bank accounts, and they use something called M-Pesa, where you basically send telephone credit to each other. But then the question arises, how do you off-ramp? How do you actually get to spend, right? So with our cards, you can connect it to Apple Pay, Google Pay, and you can also empower in this region such as Africa to be able to spend and remit funds as well.
Wow. You mentioned something that the reason why I joined crypto was because I saw the story of M-Pesa. I'm from Colombia, and I was living in the UK back then, and I was sending money to my family.
Yeah.
And then I found Bitcoin, and that's how everything started for me. But you also mentioned that you are operating more than 30 states in the United States. Let's talk about Trump, because he joins a month ago. From your personal opinion as well, how beneficial has been for you as an individual, or for the company, or for your partners since he joined? Do you think he's making very good impact for the whole industry?
Yeah, so of course, overall, overall, it's just looking from a prism of how good it is for crypto market, I would say that, of course, it's a positive the impact one way or the other, because the fact that you do more for to make crypto in the like available to general public, overall it's a good thing, because I think for some time the stance of US was to kind of suppress crypto, like to be able, so that let's say traditional banks can maintain their position. But overall, I think this realization with change of government and change of president of US, there's now realization that US is really missing out, and if US doesn't do that, and we're in Dubai right now, we see that there's a lot of companies to actually move here, like with Bybit, OKX, there's many more. There's been a really exodus of companies from the US market because they've been going to Singapore, setting up offices in Dubai. Everywhere, yeah, but not US. But now there's at least a realization that US will miss out on a great opportunity such as Web3. And if they do not, get their regulation up to par, if they do not allow for some of the use cases, then they will find themselves like far behind. So now, of course, there is a lot of talks in the industry. That's something that you have in Europe called MICA. It's like pan-European regulation framework.
Yes.
Something like this will finally be applied in the US. While many of the audience might think that it's a bad thing, the regulation is a bad thing, but it really helps the adoption and gives rails to institutional guys to come in and to do it in a compliant way. Because we spoke to a lot of institutional guys, and they would wish to have some exposure in crypto, but there were no compliant way to do that. But at least with this administration, you will have opportunities to do that if you wish so.
And now let's jump into xremit.io. You're the CEO.
Yeah.
Obviously, is the new project that you're working on.
Yeah.
And the parent company.
Yes.
Let's talk about what are you looking for in this year, how to expand xremit.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, how to start like DeFi solutions. Let's talk about xremit.
Yeah, so overall, since we added this technology to our product line, we realized that there's a way to improve that, because there were some hurdles along the way, because there were some hurdles with support. There were some hurdles with limit of the card, because it's prepaid cards. So really we had to set up entity in the US. So we decided, for that reason, we decided that we've been setting up entity, we've been improving the product, because really to cover more countries, like we now have more than 120 countries, you have to be set up in US and do things in a proper way, right? So we took our time to, since we added this technology, we actually saw that there's a big demand. So we realized that we got proof of concept that it actually makes sense to take this effort to make it in a way to provide a better product. So we've been taking our time to set it up properly, but now we rolled it out to a market. And on that front, we are still on a B2B front. So we do not service retail directly. We rather provide our API to be able to connect to existing platforms so that their clients can purchase those cards and remit funds or whatever use cases there are. In this business, there are so-called closed-loop cards, which are for specific marketplace, like Netflix or Roblox. But there are also open-loop cards such as Visa and Mastercard, and I think we excel on those. So we have those Visa Mastercard, which you can spend around the world. You can spend it on almost anything, and you can also connect it to like Apple Pay and Google Pay. So it's a good use case, as I said, and we first thought that we will go after our partners in crypto space, but then we found some of the brilliant use cases in remittance, some in iGaming we're looking into. So it's been great so far. And how I personally joined is that, frankly, with you, because my role in the parent company is that I'm head of Europe, Middle East, Africa, but I just was so excited about this product because it's so versatile. It really can empower people to solve their day-to-day problems, that I just was really obsessed with this case to find more of the use cases. So I was able to find this remittance cases, and frankly, I just managed to sign a lot of partners on that. So, the board thought, okay, put this guy in charge.
You were doing the heavy lifting.
Yes.
Alex, very important question regarding prepaid cards and cards within crypto.
Yeah.
We've seen an evolution, I think the first one that I saw, it was in 2016. It was Chapo, the card. It was so easy to use. People can top it up straight away from Bitcoin, and you can cash it out. And then they stopped the operations. And then we start to see the exchanges creating their own Visa and Mastercard, but they have to stop as well, some of them. and now we're seeing a new wave of crypto cards.
Yeah.
What is the difference that you are providing? Why is it so important to do it the right way? But the most important, how are you going to onboard people that have crypto? You know, people have some gains, but it's too difficult to join any debit prepaid card, upload with crypto because people is no. Sometimes they are scared about using a new solution, right?
Yeah.
How are you solving that problem within prepaid cards?
Yeah, so with prepaid cards, and it's interesting you mentioned that some of the exchanges, they roll out their cards and other businesses. I can tell you that, interestingly, a lot of those businesses, they kind of roll out those cards because unlike crypto, cards can be advertised anywhere. You can advertise it in the metro, you know, and anywhere. And it's a good kind of tool to drive traffic and to drive clients into platform, but really they benefit from trading fees, right? And that apply to those users. This is how, for example, crypto.com is operating and many others. But our cards, they're slightly different because they're not traditional debit cards. They are so-called prepaid, so it's technically like a voucher. So you have some of the downside there, such as you cannot top them up. You can only spend it and get another one. And also there's a limited time where you can spend it because after all it's a gift card. But on a bright side, we are getting those cards. We're able to get those cards with a discount because really the way that pricing works there is that whatever balance is not spent, those breakages, in the end they go to the issuer. So issuer realizes it's lucrative for them to sell these cards, so they sell it to us at a discount. We are able to distribute it to platforms by integrating our API. And usually how model works is that we don't even charge for integration. We just integrate it for free, and then we are splitting this discount with the platform that distributes these cards. And in terms of regulation, frankly, the stance that we're taking is that in the end, it's a bank product, so it's a bank in the US that issues these cards. And also there is a platform that distributes these cards, and they might need to have some regulation in particular region to do that. But we position ourselves as a technology provider who enables to pass along these cards by integrating and delivery method is our API, which is white label API, which allows a platform to see the catalog, sell these cards, and overall it's just like a good product. I know that with this product, there's many use cases that are possible. I know that in such dynamic industries like we are, like a Web3 industry, iGaming, I'm sure that even there will be other use cases that we're not even aware of. Okay, we're just at the inception, I believe, still at least Web3 industry, if not iGaming, but at least Web3. I'm sure there will be other use cases.
And what is coming for you guys with H1E this year, especially with the crypto market looking more optimistic and Trump in power right now? There's new regulation like MICA, the exchanges are getting all of this. Yeah. But what about H1E? How are you going to benefit from the 2025 narrative?
So I think, like I said in the beginning, because of on the corporate side, we feel that this unity of like helping each other, and it's really nice atmosphere like working in Web3. But I would say that also in terms of crypto adoption, we often take steps by helping our partners, so that because we always think that we're in this together, and frankly, if there's a way to popularize crypto and to make it available for wider audience, in the end, it's a good thing, because I see that, especially for us, it's very relevant, not just in the frame of US, but because in US it comes from regulation, of course, because it will be just easier, and for some of the, especially for some groups that are not typical holders of crypto, like let's say older population, and for them it will be easier and more, it will be more kind of realistic for them to become a crypto user. But there's also many cases which which are in Latam, in Africa, especially where you have volatile currencies. You have a lot of the users there who suffer from inflation, and it hits communities really hard. And many of them see stablecoins as an inflation hedge, right? So they see it as a way to actually be able to not be not be hit by inflation. And actually, if you are able to maintain this your wealth in stables and you can actually off ramp it, you are actually creating more value because you are avoiding inflation and you also saving up on remittance costs as well. So now we see that even let's say in Latam or like in Africa, in Asia, you have a lot of households that actually want to avoid inflation this way. But as you hold this crypto, you also need to find a convenient way to be able to spend it. And I think this is where we come in and we enable these use cases to actually be able to spend it without hurdles and without without unnecessary fees.
Okay, Alex, and I have 5 questions to wrap up the podcast.
Yeah.
You have to choose between each of them, right? So
Do I need to elaborate or?
no, it's only just one answer.
Okay.
Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Oh.
Neither.
Neither. Okay, it's
Okay, but Bitcoin because it's OG. Yeah. I would say Bitcoin.
staking or mining?
I would say staking. Do I need to elaborate?
No, that's it.
Okay, yeah, staking.
Centralized exchange or decentralized exchange?
Decentralized, but we need centralized together.
Okay, Doge or Shiba? Neither.
I would say Doge.
Doge.
Yeah.
Elon Musk or CC?
Top one. CZ.
CC. Yeah. Alex, thank you so much
Thank you.
for going to the show. I have a surprise for you that will give it to you at the end of the podcast. But thank you very much for coming to the show and the best for you for all the companies as a CEO and general manager. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.